Mariah Cullimore here. There was a time when I was married and we were fighting every week. We was fighting in general once we were together, but invariably Sundays would end up where we are home together and there would be X amount of battling backward and forward, how much I couldn't stand my job and I hated this and this being my housework, my life, my whatever. And equally my partner would say similarly how much he hated being here, he hated his job and whatever. And it was just constant bickering. Anyway, I finally asked myself, what is it that gets your goat every week? That you are in this position, that you are fighting with this person, that y'all get so ugly. Because the fights get ugly. I don't take it as anything other than people venting, but some people take it serious. So, we was going on about, what's this and why we so and yada yada yada. Everything was just a constant battle. It was ridiculous. So, um, I would ask myself, Mariah, why are we here? Why are we doing this? What is going on? What is it you want or you're so terrified of? You keep picking noises and picking at. You could ignore. You have that discipline. You know how to ignore. You know how to let them say what they want and just pretend you don't hear it. You know, but you aren't. You keep going at it. What is the problem? And whenever you ask yourself, I'm always telling you all this, yourself will answer. Ask yourself good questions. Also make sure, do not ask questions you cannot handle the answer. Do not ask yourself, why you're stupid, why is this not working? Ask, how can I make it work? Ask, how can I turn this around? How can I get over this hurdle? Those are the questions you can ask. Anyway, so I asked, and it said to me, and I said to me, I like those conversations with me, myself, and I. Anyway, I said to me, Maria, this is fair. You're frightened that if your partner leaves, you're going to end up being a single mom with 5 kids. And you don't think you want to be that. And you don't think you can handle it. You don't think you can get the job done by yourself. And so the fear is eating at you and making you go crazy. This was all true. I was terrified. What am I going to do if this man that signed up to do this job with me cancels his application and just doesn't want to do the job anymore? Which signs had started, which is what the fights were about. The fact that you weren't doing this, you weren't doing that, I can't get you to do this, again, those kind of things. And I said, listen, it is the fear that's eating you. If you removed him, I say this to myself and I've told numerous single moms this. The upset comes because you're fighting with somebody who doesn't want to do what you want them to do. But if you acted as though they'd passed away, and this was the only body you had to rely on was you, how differently would your world show up? You, as in humans, are amazingly resilient. And from the time you realize one door is closed and you realize, okay, that's no longer an option. I can't get child support from a man that ain't living, right? There's no such thing as estate support, so there's no guarantee that even if he had something, it was going to be left to you. So you are now sole caregiver, right? Do not mix this up with me saying not to carry people to court over your money. Two different things. I'm just making the point. Emotionally, don't carry them to court over it. Emotionally, bury them. Bury them emotionally. Bury the pain they bring up, the hurt of this. Bury all of that. Act like they fast. And then relook at your resources. Because you're so heavily wanting this person to do it. Your focus is on them. The father doing it, whatever. But in reality, your focus should be on getting the job done. How do I get this job done? And please provide the support systems I need to make it happen. You will see that a neighbor will pop up, a friend, a cousin, or whatever. And if you're worried about safety, add that into the equation. I want a plan that still leaves them safe, well taken care of, balanced, happy, contented, right? And that will make a vast difference. Telling you this story to say, so often we give up our power. So often we think we're doomed because we have a predictable outcome. But in reality, you always have options. And you are awesome in your own right. So rely on that power to create better. You can fix any of your problems. You are the source. You are the source of your own greatness. You are the source of change. You are the source of better. You are the source of creativity. You are the source. Don't rely on other people. From the time I let go that they may, and so let's pretend as though they did, we created a game plan. I immediately told my kids, any evening I don't get for you by 3:30, start walking home. I made sure I also live close enough to school for that, but they started to walk home. After the car was down, so even picking them up and dropping was not an option, and I paid for a shuttle service. I had a neighbor that lived by me, and I paid her to go backward and forward with them, and that helped tremendously. It helped her too because she was old retiree, so that saved us. Then I stopped having expectations. That took off a ton of energy and weight. So anything I had to do, I just went and did. Like, I stopped asking them to accompany me to the supermarket because that started causing noise. I started asking, making fuss whether they spent time with me. I found a group of friends and just went out when I wanted to go out, hung up with them. Like, what I did was, rather than constantly hit my head against stone, I acknowledged, look, my happiness is mine to control. I am in this life. I can survive this life. What I need to do is focus on my own inner strengths. This brings me to my 21-day reset. The whole purpose for this program called 21 Day Reset is because so many of us have lost faith in our own adulting skills. And adulting is hard. First of all, doing the right thing is hard. Like, use change synapses. Use it's a power within it. It's so powerful. Use grow axis synapses, which is nerve endings, just to accommodate doing hard things. Hard is, I won't watch TV or even I put up my foot, but I got a pile of clothes to fold, or I got the yard to sweep, or I got, like, adulting is difficult, but it is within your capacity. And what we want to show in 21 Day Reset is, you got this. It ain't hard, it ain't complicated. You just need to stop, pause, breathe, and get back to it, because you already came built for this job. And sometimes we just need a reset to help us remember, to help us focus, and help us do. The reset comes with both the audio and exercises, physical exercises, because the body holds memory. And so if you really want a reset, you got to change mind, body, spirit, the whole thing, emotions. You really got to change the emotions. And once you do, you're going to see magic. And you were already built for magic. This is nothing I have to convince you of. You always were absolutely magical and fantastic. Now, have an absolutely fantastic day. Look out for 21 Day Reset. Consider resetting yourself and enjoy.